everybody, and welcome to my channel. I know it has been a minute since I last uploaded, but since I last uploaded I had my baby girl and I am ready just to create great content for you all that focuses on bettering oneself. So that's why it's called Better with Bree. I want to take you guys along with me and my journey of just like improving myself and just sharing things that could be helpful to you all. So the last video that I uploaded included some content in regards to some of the things that I packed during just like my first labor and delivery experience. And so like you, maybe like, you know, somebody you know, I watched 1,000,001 videos on just like what I should be packing in my labor and delivery bag. And since I had my baby girl, I would like to kind of do like a follow-up of just like some of my favorite must-have items in my labor and delivery since having my baby girl, because you know, actually going through the experience, you actually get to see what it is that really was helpful to you. And while there were some things that, you know, I ended up not using, there are some things that I'm really grateful that I had, and I think that, you know, could be helpful to you all as well. So let's go ahead and get into the video. If this is your first time watching this content, hello, how are you guys? Make sure you subscribe. That helps to grow this channel. But also, if you just want to show some love, make sure you subscribe as well to this video. Go look back at other videos. Again, like we're in this journey together of just like improving oneself. And so as you continue to watch more content, I hope to celebrate wins along the way. I hope to reflect on lessons that I learned along the way. So let's go ahead and dive right into this video. Go ahead and start with the first item. The first item that I was really grateful to have, especially in the beginning of my labor and delivery experience, and I may, you know, end up doing a video on my labor and delivery like story, because I actually experienced my water breaking, and I didn't know that usually only I think I looked up in Google search and that only 1 in 10 women actually experience their water breaking. So if you guys would like to hear just my story of my labor and delivery, let me know, like this video, subscribe for more. But having headphones really helped me get through the beginning of just like everything, the contractions part because like when I started having contractions, they ended up being about maybe like 15-20 minutes apart, and it was really helpful to be able to like listen to some music, listen to something positive to really kind of get my mind off of the contractions. And I ended up having, without going too much into my labor and delivery story, I ended up having most of my contractions in my back. Now, because I did experience back pain during this pregnancy, having contractions in my back just wasn't really my like favorite thing, but I felt like, you know, having, I guess, like a little preview of just a little bit of back pain kind of helped me prepare for it. But when those contractions started to really get close together, y'all, it was a little bit hard to like reflect and listen to music. You know, I think the support from my sister who was there, as well as my child's father who was there, their support helped me kind of like get through things, because I just was like, when I was feeling the contraction, I would just get like super quiet. So if I was you, I would definitely bring some cordless wireless headphones charged up to help you get through your pregnancy. And you know, maybe not like me, you know, you'll be able to get through kind of listening to music and positive affirmations all the way to the end, but I think I was good all the way up till I got about maybe like 5-6 centimeters, and then once those contractions came much closer together, it was definitely like a different feeling. If I was you, I would make sure I get a really long charger, and I actually got this really long charger from Five Below. It was only like $5, and I decided to get it in pink, but I actually bought a second one because I tend to misplace chargers. So the more you have, the merrier. So definitely get that long charger. Do not forget your charger, because you don't know if the hospital is going to have one for you, and you also don't know how long the process is going to be. So let's go ahead and move on to the next product. Now, this was an item that I didn't bring, but I wish I had brought, and so it's still like my top 10, because I feel like it's a must for any moms that are hoping to breastfeed. Now, I'm really adamant about this because this is my first baby, and I knew for sure right off the bat that I wanted to breastfeed. So it was truly a new experience that I had never experienced before. Did not know what to expect, but when I was starting to do the breastfeeding, my baby was on my nipple like regularly, y'all, and let me tell you, if you are not used to your nipples being sucked on, and I'm not talking about in a sexy way, but you know, to feed a newborn baby, because you know, like, they're hungry, they're trying to get the real milk out the colostrum first, and then you know, your milk will mature over a couple of days. It may not be the most comfortable experience. So even though I ended up hand expressing my colostrum through like my boobs, like the back to back sucking was definitely like, okay, like, how am I going to survive breastfeeding, y'all? But we are going on 3 weeks of breastfeeding, and I am hanging in there really strong. And I'll probably do a separate video on just that and like what's working for me. But having this manual pump, or if you can get an electronic pump before you get to the hospital, definitely bring that. But a manual pump will work just as well, because I started off with the manual pump first, and then I moved on to having my electronic, using my electronic pump once it came in the mail, y'all. So having this on hand, and if I was you, I would actually get two, because sometimes your breasts, like, you know, if you're somebody who have a little bit more production or had a child already, your production may be a little bit more higher, and sometimes your breasts just end up leaking. So having a manual pump and an electronic pump is definitely a must. But having the manual pump is definitely super easy to pack, and it works, y'all. Like, it really works. I was kind of hesitant at first, but it actually do really work. So let's go on to the next item. So along with having some of my favorite like toiletries to just help me keep as fresh as possible, having something that keeps you nice and moisturized is definitely like key. Like, the hospital is cold, so if you're somebody that is prone to dry skin, you know, with kind of like colder temperatures, having a really nice moisturizer is like really great. And with me breastfeeding, I did end up buying some nipple cream, but honestly, the Shea Butter is like magical. It really helps to keep my nipples moisturized, but also it helps the pain, the soreness kind of subside on my nipples as I am going from breastfeeding to pumping, to of course giving my baby the bottle as well with the extra milk that I do pump. So if you don't have any Shea Butter, if you don't know about Shea Butter, make sure you pack a little bit. This is the white Shea Butter. I like this a little bit better. You can use the yellow one as well, but you know, find what works for you. And something I forgot to mention earlier in this video is that this is not a sponsored video. These are honestly just products that I really enjoy and like love. So even though I may mention like where I got the products from, y'all, like, I'm not really showing any favoritism towards any company, really just showing my love for the product. But you know, I'm all for a sponsorship and all of that good stuff. But for now, honestly, I just want to show love to these products that I really love. And this is the OK brand African Shea Butter. You can easily find it at Walmart for a decent price, a really decent price. Now, the next thing that I do want to highlight is Lactation Snacks. Now, this is one of the items that is really my favorite, and I actually want to grab the lactation drink as well, because I started drinking this and eating this before the baby got here. But while the hospital is going to feed you, bringing some snacks that you know you like is good, but also specifically bringing snacks that encourage lactation, because you're going to be in the hospital long, but you're really not going to be in the hospital that long. So having items that help to encourage lactation will just make the breastfeeding process, if you plan on breastfeeding, a little bit easier. And these are some of my favorites, y'all. Like, I recently just stocked up on a little bit more of these, as well as kind of was gifted some as well. So these are the Milk Makers chocolate sea salt. I have been loving the combination of sea salt and chocolate, so I highly recommend you guys try these, as well as the lactation drink, which of course is a really great supplement to juice. But what's nice about it is that it has some B vitamins in here, as well as collagen, and collagen is really great for your hair, it's really great for your skin, as well as really great for your nails, and whatever you intake in your body, you know, your baby is getting it as well. So it makes me feel great that not only do this mix well, you know, with water, these are like super tasty as well, and I really like them a lot. So make sure you pack, if you are going to pack snacks, make sure you pack Lactation Snacks as well. Now let's go on to the next thing I want to highlight is nipple pads, y'all. I didn't realize how crucial these will come in handy until my breasts just, you know, just be leaking out of nowhere. Like ruining my clothes, ruining my sports bra. And so having some nipple pads, you can honestly get what works best for your budget, but having some nipple pads, you know, that you can put into your bra is extremely like valuable. Again, some people may be leaking right off the bat, some people may not be, but if you could just pack you don't have to pack of course all of these, but if you could pack a couple of nipple pads in your hospital bag, definitely do that. Now when it comes to the baby, like the hospital will pretty much have everything for the baby, but the item that I do want to highlight that I think will be, you know, most valuable, could be valuable for you and the baby. So I am going to highlight a nice comfy blanket. So this of course here is a blanket for the baby. You are going to be in the hospital like bed, so you know they're going to have sheets, they're going to have warm blankets, which I highly encourage you to take advantage of the warm blankets. But you may want a blanket from home that, you know, the baby can feel comfortable in, because the baby is coming into the world for the first time. Like, the baby don't know what the heck is going on. Everybody is touching them. Everybody's checking them every freaking second. So I would highly encourage you to bring a comfy blanket, just one small comfy blanket for the baby, but you may also want to bring a comfy blanket for you. Now the warm blankets were definitely more comfortable than just like the sheets. The warm blankets that the hospital did have were like nice and heavy and really like kept you extra warm. But if you do want to bring an extra blanket for yourself, just to kind of make you feel comfortable, and if you're somebody that don't like hospitals like that, like the comfy blanket could just make you feel more comfortable, kind of maybe help even like subside a feeling of like anxiety, you know, that you may be feeling with the whole entire process, because you're constantly being checked on. Your pressure is constantly being checked to make sure you're good, like literally from the beginning to the end. So if you can bring a comfy blanket for your baby, if you could bring a comfy blanket for yourself, definitely do that. I also highly encourage you guys to bring a comfy pillow. Y'all, those pillows are like paper. So bring an extra pillow. I had bought well, I ended up grabbing one pillow. I forgot to grab the other pillow, but I did bring an extra pillow just for extra comfort. So we are almost done. I'm going to highlight 2 more items, and there's one more thing I'm going to highlight at the end that I would say is extremely helpful as well. But if I missed out on anything, I will definitely probably do another follow-up video to this, but I wanted to make it short and sweet. So that's that. Now, again, like, those nipples are going to be sore, y'all. If you have a high tolerance for pain, cool. But if you are someone like me who kind of have a decent tolerance for pain, but it's like, look, I ain't trying to be in pain if I don't need to be in pain, I definitely encourage you to get some cooling gel pads. And I recently tried these, but if I had these, of course, at the hospital, I would have put these on my nipples. So get some cooling pads for your nipples. And then the last thing I want to highlight that I thought was definitely a necessary for my baby was this silk on the inside hat. Like, I really didn't want that dry behind hat on my baby because I don't want her losing her hair. Like, I know that, you know, babies spend a lot of time like on their back because they can't lift themselves and their hair end up drying out, and I really want to encourage healthy hair from the beginning. So having a nice hat that I could put on her that would keep her warm but also keep her hair nice and moisturized, but also, you know, like protected. Like, I was like, I have to have it for my baby. So this is the Aarin Co baby hat. I did get a small medium. It was a little bit loose, but I was like, you know what, all I gotta do is pull back the like little edge here and pull it up to the top to make it work. So y'all, like, I highly encourage this if you guys are, you know, someone that wants to encourage like healthy hair from the start. Get this hat. And I ended up getting a hat in gray, black, and pink for my baby girl, but they also have some for little boys as well that you can get. Now, an item that is not here that I just seem to just misplace, I cannot find, is my Lactation Massager. So I am going to include a picture of it like right here in this video so you guys can take a look at it. Definitely one of the best investments that I could have ever made. Like, literally, once I used that massager on my boob along with a little bit of hand expressing, I was able to produce some of my first milk, along with, you know, some of the things diet wise. I was able to produce like the most milk I've ever literally produced, and I was like, all right, this is a game changer. The heat, the vibration, like, I need that. And if I had that, honestly, like at the hospital, I probably would have had more colostrum come out that I can actually see and be like, okay, cool, like I know what my baby is getting, versus like my baby is just sucking the heck out of my nipple, y'all. So that is pretty much it, y'all, for this video. Definitely wanted to make it like, look, this is my top 10 things, like, honestly, because you don't know when you're gonna have to end up going to the hospital. Luckily in my situation, I had everything packed. but there were still some items that I was just like, I'm so glad I bought this. Like, this literally was like life changing. This changed the game for me. And you know, thanks to the hospital that I deliver at, thankfully, you know, thanks to all of the nurses and everything that cared for me literally from the beginning to the end, I really did not have to open my suitcase until like literally very close to the end. Like, I couldn't, like, I literally like was preparing to push out a baby, y'all. Like, I really didn't have time to be going in and out of my suitcase. Like, I literally was like, I don't know, you literally are just busy from like the beginning to the end until you have time to really like rest. But then even still, the nurses are checking on you up until like, you know, you're able to like walk on your own. So those are my 10 items. If you guys have any questions about that, definitely let me know. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a like. I am going to be continuing to upload content from here. Just, you know, content that's going to continue to get better, going to continue to improve. And I wish the best to all of my mommies out there, whether you're a first time mom, whether you're a second, third, fourth, fifth mom, y'all. Like, the journey, you know, is definitely an interesting journey, especially for moms that are breastfeeding, but also, you know, just moms who are trying to navigate life and, you know, balance having a kid, but also balance working, try to balance caring for your family, but also caring for yourself, y'all. So these items hopefully will make your life a little bit easier, but also make the baby's life a little bit easier as well. And thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. But also, you know, just moms who are trying to navigate life and, you know, balance having a kid, but also balance working, try to balance caring for your family, but also caring for yourself, y'all. So these items hopefully will make your life a little bit easier, but also make the baby's life a little bit easier as well. And thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya. All right, let's see how that goes.